Hey everyone! Last week we were talking about the improvements towards the selection process of cities on our world map. In that context, we also posted a GIF on Screenshot Saturday on some indie game related subreddits. What happened afterwards felt like total insanity. The number of upvotes kept rising and rising and rising until it reached
9,000! What?
No, just kidding. But still, we reached the top post on the front page of our indie dev with more than 350 upvotes, which felt really cool. Here are some of the coolest comments we received. We also got a lot of comments giving suggestions how we could improve the city selection system even more. So that's what we did. Andy, can you give a little rundown on what we changed in comparison to last week and how the system finally works?
Hi Daniel, sure. We were really excited that the map and the Cities on the Rise mechanic was well received by the community. Thanks everyone for your feedback. So we went with it and refined the looks. I added the camera angle restriction I mentioned last time by using the information from our raycast to the city plane. Based on the normal vector, we can compute the current angle and make sure that the angle after raising the city is not too narrow. But there was also another technical problem that was not so easy to solve. Our fog of war is a semi-transparent layer on top of our world map. It turns out that what Unity does under the hood is not entirely deterministic when rendering transparent objects. On each frame, the opaque objects are all rendered based on their z-axis to the camera. This happens in the render queue at position 2000. Objects with a transparent shader are rendered afterwards at position 3000 in the queue. So which transparent item gets picked first, though, is not defined and seemed random. Changing the Z order did not help here. So what I got was a weird kind of flickering effect or glitch that sometimes the city was rendered before the fog of war layer, then the city was made darker, and sometimes the city was rendered after the fog of war layer, so the city was brighter. This is super annoying, so we wanted to avoid that, of course. This problem was driving me nuts and it took me some time to understand the mechanics of the render queue. So if you're also developing your game with Unity, mind the render queue. Knowing the reason behind this glitch is already half the solution. By assigning the fog of war layer the position 2999, for example, we can break the ties. The rest is adjusting the colors according to the city state. When it is already in an unlocked or unlockable state, we use a lighter color, otherwise it is in the fog of war and we use a darker color to match the fog of war. I'm super happy with the final looks now, and it's time to continue improving other stuff, such as our UI. Cheers everyone, and back to you Daniel.
Thanks Andy, and I have to admit, this week I'm also really fond of the results. And guys, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to this channel and wishlist us on Steam, as it really helps us a lot and drives our motivation. So as always, see you next week and goodbye.